Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Ainin Sofea, binti Badrul Hisham, and my partner is Haniez Ameera, binti Muhammad Azman. We are under the supervision of Madam Nurul Nadia, binti Abu Hassan. The topic for our research study is factors affecting entrepreneurship intention among aging population. Entrepreneurship gives an important role towards the economic development. It also produces inputs towards the economic development. Facts stated that the numbers of entrepreneurs who enter the market will actually affect the economic development. In relating aging population with entrepreneurship, the definition according to Jill Nick is the discovery, the evaluation and exploitation of future goods and services at the age of 50 years and above. One of the most important events that occurs on 21st century is increasing numbers of aging population. There are signs that population in Malaysia is starting to aging as the percentage of older population continues to increase, and current information on this older population also increases according to Zainab 2014. The problem of aging should be given attention by the Malaysian government to prevent the country from becoming bankrupt. This is due to the burden of debt to give a convenience of elderly people, especially in terms of infrastructure and also health. One of the largest and the earliest protection schemes for old age in Malaysia is known as pension scheme. It is given by the Public Service Department, PSD. However, this pension scheme does not guarantee that they can survive and having the life that they wanted after their retirement. Therefore, by joining and getting involved in entrepreneurship, their life will be more secure, and they should have the intention so it can be more worth for them to be in entrepreneurship field. Next is on the research questions and also research objective. There are 3 research questions for our research study. The first research questions is, does attitude affect the entrepreneurship intention among aging population? The second one is, does social norms affecting entrepreneurship intention? And the last one is, does behavior affecting entrepreneurship intention among aging population? Meanwhile, for research objective, it is basically a reflection of our research question. As you can see, this is basically our conceptual framework. There are 3 independent variables in our research study. The first one is on attitude, the second one is social norms, and the third one is perceived behavioral control. Meanwhile, for our dependent variables, it is in terms of entrepreneurship intention among aging population in Kuala Lumpur, specifically Sungai Besi. The hypothesis for our research study is first on the attitude H01. There is no significant relationship between attitude and factors affecting entrepreneurship among aging population. And H1 is, there is significant relationship between attitude and factors affecting entrepreneurship intention among aging population. The same hypothesis for social norms and also perceived behavioral control. Next, I'm going to explain on the research method. So, first one is on the research design. In our study, we are using quantitative method, which is distributing the questionnaires, and we actually conduct cross-sectional survey, which data will be collected at certain time to answer all the research objective. So next is on the unit of analysis. We are actually focusing on the individual who is a public sector with the age of 31 years old and above and working in Sungai Besi, Kuala Lumpur. The third one is on the sample size. In Sungai Besi, there are 340,700 population. As for the sample, we are collecting 248 samples from all the public sector workers. Next, for the sampling technique, we choose a non-probability sampling, which is convenience sampling. We use convenience sampling because the selected population is considered accessible and convenient for the proximity of the researcher. So next, I'm going to pass to my partner, Haniez Ameera. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all panels. My name is Haniez Ameera binti Azman, and I will proceed with the data measurement. In this study, we use questionnaire using the Likert type scale. The type of scale is 1 is strongly disagree, 2 disagree, 3 moderate, 4 agree, and 5 strongly agree. This scale helps respondents to express their answer whether they agree with the statement and able to show how much they agreed or disagreed with the question. For the data collection, we have 5 parts, which is part A, demographic profile, part B, attitude, part C, social norms, part D, behavior, and part E, factors of entrepreneurship intention. The objective of part B until part E is to identify the relationship between the attitude, the social norms, the behavior with the factor that affecting entrepreneurship intention among the aging population. The data analysis consists of 3, which is Pearson correlation, normality test, and descriptive test. For the Pearson correlation, it is to examine the relationship between the attitude, social norm, and behavior with the entrepreneurship intention among the aging population. For the normality test, it is to determine the sample data is approximately normally distributed. And for the descriptive data, it is to describe the basic features of the data in a study and provide simple summaries about the sample and the measures. Next is the findings. As we can see here, age of 41 to 50 years old have the highest percentage, which is 34.3%. And for the gender, female have the highest percentage, which is 69.4%. For the marital status, married has recorded 78.6%, and for the academic qualification, degree is 52.8%, and for the income level, 3,000 until 5,000 have recorded 36.7%. In the hypothesis testing, we can see that the 3 objectives resulted a positive value, which is the first objective is 0.521, objective number 2 0.597, and the third objective is 0.579. All the 3 objectives is above the 0.4. So we can conclude that we accept the H1, H2, and H3 since it have a relationship between the attitude, the norms, and the behavior with the entrepreneurship intention. Next, I will explain about the research recommendation. Firstly, the government should provide a platform for aging population to start up business. This is because it is not easy for the aging population to start up the business. Most of them resist to start the business because they are lack of experience. Their confidence level on managing a business also is low, and their intention to be an entrepreneur is also low. The government of Malaysia, through Ministry of Entrepreneur and Development, can help this aging population by providing a platform for them to start up the business. They also can create many agencies that can provide advice regarding the business and provide additional budget so that they can do a series of program for the aging. This actually can help the development of the country and also can help the aging population to live a better life after the retirement. The next recommendation is organization should provide training and knowledge regarding entrepreneurship. Organization also play a role in encouraging entrepreneurship among the aging. They should explain and make it clear about the importance and also the advantages of the entrepreneurship. It also can motivate the aging to be more interested with the entrepreneurship by providing knowledge can give some ideas to the aging on how to start their own business. Lastly, increase the awareness of entrepreneurship among the aging population through collaboration with many parties. Some of the aging population have low interest towards entrepreneurship because they are afraid to take a risk. However, without they realizing it, they have missed the opportunity of being success. They have a lack of awareness and they have no future plan about their life after the retirement. Because of this, some of them might think that they have enough money after the retirement. Organization can collab with Ministry of Entrepreneur and Development and have a talk about the advantage of the entrepreneurship. Other than that, they also can collab with the Ministry of Health and have a talk about the aging health condition. By doing this, they know that they need to spend a lot of money for their treatment, which proves that their pension scheme is not enough for them to live a better life after the retirement. Lastly, I will explain about the research limitation and feature recommendation. Firstly is limited sample. This study has been conducted in Sungai, Besi. The result of this study may not cover all of the aging population in Malaysia since it only covers the Sungai, Besi area. It shows that this study will have difficulties to get a good result. Therefore, the result of this study may not precise because it only covers one area. As for the recommendation, the future researcher should widen the sample to all over the Malaysia. This is because the study will be more accurate since it represents the entire aging population in Malaysia. Next is lack of information from relevant authority. In this study, all the data and information about the factors affecting entrepreneurship intention are gathered based on the various article journals. However, the lack of information, which is statistic gathered from the relevant authority, may delay the accuracy of the study. As the recommendation, future researchers should gather the data and information from those authorities that related to the factors affecting entrepreneurship intention among the aging population, so that they have more ideas and views that may not be discovered in this study. The more the information gathered, the stronger the study will be. Lastly is the quantitative study. This study used the quantitative study in which the survey did not gather the data in depth. It is an organized way of gathering and analyzing data collected from multiple resources. The primary purpose of quantitative research is to quantify the data. Quantitative method has limited result because it contains a design questionnaire with closed-end questions. The findings cannot always offer the wide-ranging indication of the actual occurrence. Thus, the respondents have a small range and limited choices to respond based on the researchers' questionnaires. As the recommendation, future researchers should concentrate more on the quality of the data to be obtained on this study. This is because when the researcher only focus on the quantity of the data rather than the quality, it can lead to some errors for the study. The findings may therefore not be worthy of being used for the study. Future researcher will therefore perform the study with a greater focus on the quality of the result. The researcher can conduct an interview with the respondent, which will make the result more accurate and exact. The respondent also should be able to provide a response more reliable and correct during the interview, and they have not provided by restricted choices. So they also can allow the researcher to obtain the data as an addition on the study. As for the conclusion, the main aim of this study is to examine the relationship between the attitude, the norms and the behavior with the entrepreneurship intention. There is also positive relationship between the attitude, norms and behavior with the entrepreneurship intention. Dependent and independent variables also are linked with each other. Research question has been answered, research objective has been achieved. That's all from us. Thank you.